Let us read Psalm 5. Give ear to my words, O Lord. Consider my groaning. Give attention to the sound of my cry, my King and my God. For to you do I pray. O Lord, in the morning you hear my voice. In the morning I prepare a sacrifice for you and watch. For you are not a God who delights in wickedness. Evil may not dwell with you. The boastful shall not stand before your eyes. You hate all evildoers. You destroy those who speak lies. The Lord abhors the bloodthirsty and deceitful man. But I, through the abundance of your steadfast love, will enter your house. I will bow down toward your holy temple in the fear of you. Lead me, O Lord, in your righteousness because of my enemies. Make your way straight before me. For there is no truth in their mouth. Their inmost self is destruction. Their throat is an open grave. They flatter with their tongue. Make them bear their guilt, O God. Let them fall by their own counsels. Because of the abundance of their transgressions, cast them out, for they have rebelled against you. But let all who take refuge in you rejoice. Let them ever sing for joy. And spread your protection over them, that those who love your name may exalt in you. For you bless the righteous, O Lord. You cover him with favor as with a shield. When we pour out our hearts to God in honesty and trust, our words and our groans express the attitude of the heart accurately. The Psalm 5 invites us into the deeply personal world of prayer. The psalm expresses groans and sighs more than polished phrases. David pleads, "Give ear to my words, O Lord. Consider my groaning." He does not try to impress God. He is not performing a religious ritual or reciting a prayer. He is simply pouring out his heart, threatened, weary, and desperate. When we suffer betrayal, slander, criticism, or physical danger, we hit back by instinct. We try to defend ourselves if possible and strike back. But David's response is that of a godly man. He brings his pain to the Lord. He does not let the deep hurt control him. As he bows weeping before God, he knows that even his tears are understood by God. As Romans 8:26 reminds us, the Spirit himself intercedes for us with groanings too deep for words. David's relationship with God is not that of a superstitious adherent of a distant or abstract deity, but as the servant of my King and my God. David, king of Israel, understood that his authority was delegated. He ruled only by God's appointment and for God's glory. His position was not one of entitlement, but of dependence. He says, "O Lord, in the morning you hear my voice. In the morning I prepare a sacrifice for you and watch." His first waking thought was of God, but with great reverence and love. He did not come empty-handed before his King and his God, but with a prepared sacrifice. Moreover, his prayer was not rushed or mechanical. Like the sacrifice on the altar, David released his burdens in prayer and watched for God's salvation to manifest itself. This waiting is not passive. It's not boredom or inactivity. It is a watchful, hopeful posture. David is alert because he knows God will act in love and righteousness, even if the timing is beyond his knowledge. Isaiah 40:31 captures this beautifully. They who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. David uses strong language to describe the wicked, evildoers, liars, bloodthirsty, deceitful. Despite their outward appearances of strength, success, or capability, they cannot stand before God. Rather, they are like chaff blown away by the wind. David is affirming a central truth. Holiness is all that matters. Doing God's will is the key to life. God is not indifferent to evil. He does not turn a blind eye to injustice or falsehood. In verse 7, David draws himself in stark contrast. But I, to the abundance of your steadfast love, will enter your house. He rejoices in his access to the presence of God, but he confesses that it is only because God loves him and is faithful in his devotion. This is the posture God honors, not prideful self-righteousness, but humble dependence. When surrounded by enemies, it's easy to become distracted, to compromise, to take matters into our own hands. But David prays, lead me, O Lord, in your righteousness because of my enemies. Make your way straight before me. He wants to walk with God even when it is difficult to make out the right path. He recognizes that the only recourse in the situation is to be led by God. Therefore, he prays that God will lay out the path plainly for him to follow. It might be easier to retaliate or give in to pressure, but he prays not just for protection, but for direction, that he may honor God even under pressure. His enemies are not insignificant. There is no truth in their mouth. Their throat is an open grave. They flatter with their tongue. Their weapon is their speech, lies, flattery, deceit. James speaks of the tongue as a fire, a restless evil full of deadly poison. Words can build or destroy, heal or wound, and once spoken, they cannot be unsaid. David asks God to judge these enemies. They are his enemies only because they are God's foes. It is no personal vendetta that David seeks, but righteousness and justice. In so praying, he makes it plain that he will not retaliate, but commit his matter to the righteous judge in the heavens. And in so doing, David taps a fountain of unexpected joy. He remembers how good and faithful God is, how just and holy are his ways. By faith, he asks God to vindicate and deliver those who trust in him, so that they may sing for joy. He claims God's protection of his faithful people, as a man covers his bride with his cloak. Being bound to God by covenant is inseparable from joy. We do not rejoice because life is easy, but because God is faithful. Those who know God, those who love him and trust him, are those declared to be his righteous people. They are wrapped in his protection. David ends with a powerful affirmation. For you bless the righteous, O Lord. You cover him with favor as with a shield. God's favor is a shield, strong and encompassing. It doesn't mean we will never face danger, but it keeps us secure within his will. When life overwhelms us, when we are surrounded by deceit and enmity, let us pour out our hearts to God. Let us never rush to defend ourselves or to lash out. Instead, let us entrust ourselves to the one who sees, who hears, and who judges righteously. Our standing before God is grounded on his mercy. Let us come boldly before the throne of grace and find grace to help in time of need. Let us come, not in self-righteousness, but with humility and reverence. Let us wait for him to act, even if the silence stretches on. Let us wait with expectation, not frustration. Let us rejoice in the deliverance, that He always brings. Our song comes from the fact that we are not forgotten. Secondly, we do not suffer unseen. And thirdly, God surrounds us with His favor like a shield. Though this world may never celebrate our faith, heaven does. Therefore, let us keep praying. The answer will arrive from the throne of grace. God bless.